Crush your problems and enemies. The Stoic Way Shield Fire by Legendary Stoics. What if I told you your greatest enemy is not the one who betrayed you, not the one who humiliated you, not even the one who hurt you? Your greatest enemy is your reaction to them, and you can crush it. That's the Stoic way. Welcome to Legendary Stoics, where ancient wisdom becomes your modern weapon. If this resonates with you, subscribe now, tap the bell, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever crushed a problem without even raising your voice? Or maybe you're still trying. Either way, you're not alone. Now let's begin. The Stoics never taught you to fight enemies with fists. They taught you to fight with clarity, to outlast the chaos, to master the war inside before you ever lift a sword. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. This means your enemy cannot defeat you unless you give them the weapon, your attention, your anger, your fear. So how do you crush them? You don't react, you reflect, you respond, and then you rise above. Let the weak seek revenge. Let the ignorant waste time in petty wars. The Stoic is a lion that doesn't flinch at barking dogs. If you find strength in these words, hit like right now. It helps us reach more warriors like you. And if this feels powerful, share it with someone who's fighting their own battle. You never know. This might be the video that saves their peace. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This is the heart of the method. Crushing your problems doesn't begin with conquering the world. It begins with conquering the story you tell yourself about the world. Your co-worker isn't your enemy. Your ego is. Your ex-partner isn't the villain. Your attachment is. That missed opportunity isn't your downfall, your perception is. And the Stoics knew this. That's why they trained their minds like warriors trained their bodies. They rehearsed hardship. They welcomed insults like rain on armor. They practiced being unfazed. Because when you control your thoughts, your enemies lose control over you. We're just getting started. What you're about to learn isn't just about resisting enemies, it's about transforming them into your fuel. Stay with me. You were not born to be at the mercy of others. You were born to master your own judgment, to command your inner kingdom. A Stoic knows enemies are inevitable, but suffering is optional. Because what hurts you is not what happens. It's what you believe about what happens. Imagine this. Someone mocks you in public. Their words sting. You feel the heat rise in your chest. But in that moment, what if you paused? What if you remembered that an insult is only as powerful as the value you assign it? As Epictetus taught, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them. The real battlefield is not the boardroom, not the street, not even your inbox. The battlefield is within. When you begin to change how you see your enemy, you begin to remove their power. You crush your enemies by denying them the reaction they crave, by turning their chaos into your calm, their noise into your silence, their fire into your fuel. Because every challenge, every offense, every betrayal is an opportunity, a chance to practice virtue, to sharpen discipline, to cultivate unshakable peace. That's how the Stoics crushed their enemies, not by screaming louder, but by becoming untouchable. Now ask yourself, what if your enemy's only weapon was your weakness? And what if you stopped handing it to them? If this truth hits you deeply, don't keep it to yourself. Share this message with someone who's still struggling to find peace. You might change their life, or even save it. And if you're still here, it means you're serious about this path. So subscribe now, turn on the bell, and leave a comment. Have you ever won a battle without fighting back? Tell us, inspire others. This channel is your army. Let's go deeper. What does it mean to be truly untouchable? To the Stoics, it meant reaching a state of inner peace so complete that no insult could shake it, no injustice could poison it, no enemy could break it. This state had a name, Apatheia. Not apathy, not indifference in the modern sense, but a sacred stillness, the kind of clarity that comes from emotional mastery. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Because once you've trained your emotions to serve you, not enslave you, no enemy can chain you again. Think about it. If someone slanders you, and you respond with grace, you've already won. If someone tries to provoke you, and you remain calm, they've lost the battle before it began. This is the Stoic method: to expect adversity, to welcome discomfort, to train for every possible hardship in advance. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, faced betrayal, plague, rebellion, even the death of his own children. But in the quiet of his journal he wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." And yet, he forgave them. He ruled with strength and mercy because he understood your enemies are suffering. Their poison is their prison. Their cruelty is their cry for help. You, however, are free. When you embrace apatheia, you no longer seek to punish. You seek to endure, to grow, to rise. The Stoic crushes problems not by force, but by transcending them. Problems become puzzles. Enemies become teachers. Pain becomes purification. And here's the secret. The more you practice this, the fewer enemies you'll have. Because the world will begin to see that you are not like the rest. You do not react. You do not collapse. You do not fight for ego. You are the storm within the silence. Now take a moment. Breathe. Think of one enemy in your life, a person, a fear, a regret. Now ask yourself, what would a Stoic do? Let us know in the comments. Your wisdom might light the way for someone else. And remember, this message only spreads if you share it. So if you believe in this path, share this video. be the reason someone rises above today. Let's go back in time. Rome, power, corruption, and a man named Seneca. He was one of the greatest minds of his age, a Stoic philosopher, and advisor to Emperor Nero. Yes, that Nero. The one who would become infamous for his cruelty, paranoia, and madness. Now imagine being Seneca, trying to serve reason in the court of a tyrant. Any wrong word could get you executed. Any whisper of rebellion could cost you your life. And yet, Seneca stayed calm. He used wisdom as his shield. He wrote letters, powerful, eternal letters, teaching how to live, how to suffer, and how to die with dignity. Eventually, Nero turned on him, ordered his death. And what did Seneca do? He opened his veins, looked death in the eye, and remained composed to the very end. Death is the ultimate test of virtue, he had once written, and a philosopher should meet it without fear. Tell me, how do you defeat a man who does not fear pain, who does not beg for mercy, who dies with the same peace he lived? You can't. That is what it means to crush your enemies the Stoic way, not by surviving, but by staying unchanged in the face of destruction. And then there's Epictetus, born into slavery, beaten, mocked, owned, but inside, he was always free. His master once twisted his leg until it broke, and all Epictetus said was, "I told you it would snap." Later, when he gained his freedom, he became one of the most respected teachers in the Roman world. He taught that true freedom has nothing to do with chains or palaces or wealth. It has to do with one thing only: your ability to choose your response. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Epictetus crushed his enemies by rising from chains to legend, by turning pain into philosophy, and by reminding us centuries later that your mind is yours, always. So ask yourself, are you giving away your power every time you get angry? Are you letting your enemies define your story? Or are you ready to reclaim it? If you've made it this far, you are not like the rest. You are someone searching for something deeper, stronger, unbreakable. So subscribe to this channel, Legendary Stoics, because this isn't just a video, it's a movement. And if it moved you, then move someone else. Send it, share it. Become the voice that turns pain into wisdom. So now you know. Crushing your enemies doesn't mean destroying them. It means refusing to be destroyed by them. It means walking through fire and not smelling of smoke. It means choosing virtue over vengeance, clarity over chaos, and wisdom over war. The Stoics weren't passive and they weren't weak. They were warriors of the spirit, and they chose self-control over self-destruction, discipline over drama, meaning over emotion. They didn't crush problems with noise. They crushed them with silence, with stillness, with the kind of power that doesn't need to shout because it cannot be shaken. And now it's your turn. Look at your life, your regrets, your wounds, your enemies, real or imagined. You can keep fighting shadows. Or you can do what the Stoics did, stand tall, Own your thoughts, control your emotions, and choose to rise. Because the truth is, your greatest weapon isn't your anger. It's your peace, it's your patience, and it's your refusal to stoop down to the level of chaos. So let them talk, let them lie, let them try. You just keep walking. Your silence will echo louder than their noise. Your peace will burn hotter than their hate. Your calm will be your crown. And when people ask how you do it, when they wonder how you stayed so composed, so grounded, so untouchable, just tell them this. I learned from the Stoics. If this message stirred something deep in you, don't let it fade. Share this video with someone who needs strength today. Leave a comment. What enemy are you ready to release? What problem are you ready to face like a Stoic? And if you haven't yet, subscribe now. Hit the bell. This is Legendary Stoics. It's where ancient warriors teach modern minds, because in the end, we don't just survive, we transcend.